Bro, I don't know. I don't know, I just got the thing. I'm pretty sure it was Christmas. I'm almost positive it was for Christmas. Because I'm pretty sure I wrapped it too. Who's asking? Whose business is it? Because I can assure you it's none of yours. I'm asking? I'm pretty sure it was Christmas. It was the best Christmas present ever, even. Yeah, kinda. The way to a woman's heart. Rats. That's what I was trying to say. Alright, I'm gonna save right here. And we'll activate... Well, we should activate the lure module first. Not the lure module, but the lure spray. That's fair. I understand that. I never thought it was out of place. Are you just admiring the new shelf we put up? The new... That's fair. We were working on it, alright? I guess. I gotcha. Where? Oh. Ah, I see. I see. Well, yeah, I had to see the pictures you took. Where is Abra? Another day, another Abra. There's one. Alright. That's crap. Nice. Wow, that's not true. That's not true. What, you don't... Yeah, I was literally about to say, you don't think a bunch of teenage boys care about your decorating? It's a man server. Epic, come on. Cosmic, you better win that run. That's all I'm saying. If it comes back and you lost, Full docs, dude. Not like doxing you, like full dock to your points. Don't put the pressure on him. Yeah, exactly, like Water said. Water, I literally have a run going right now where I am Tainted Jacob with Nod Leaf, and we're doing a Mega Satan run, and he's on his way to doing Mega Satan and the Lamb. And he has 9 red hearts with Placenta, so we've just been stopping. I'm just not I'm like actively not playing the game, and he's just using Placenta to regain health. Yeah, he's just doing Mega Satan. Hold on. Like, it's not in full screen, but yeah, I'm aware. Behold the secret of Kirby's stream right now. Yeah, so he's currently regenerating health. We got a Joker card, so we're in the Angel deal. Oh yeah, look! Oh my god, chat, he's playing! He's going! Oh dude, I didn't know that! Oh. I didn't know that, I didn't know that Holy Crown gave you 2 soul hearts. Oh, that's nuts. Hey chat, nobody tell him we're watching him play right now. Look at him, he's doing great. He's lurking. I don't know if he's actively paying attention or not. He might chat. He might be chatting right now. He might be, oh, I hear you, Kirby. Oh, Kirby, I hear you. We'll watch his progress on the run as we play here. He's absolutely chatting. He's pissing his pants laughing right now. I know he is. He's absolutely pissing his pants laughing right now, typing his message, and that's why it's taking him so long to message. He has the controller down on the ground. Hang on, where did we end off? Okay, we're in a good spot. I was about to say, I don't want to be in a bad spot. Okay, we're good, we're good. Can you put Isaac in the corner? Yeah, we can put Isaac in the corner. Hold on. We can do that. Let's see, what screen is that? We're gonna copy. We're gonna paste. What corner do we put it in, though? We can put it right here. No, I don't want to put it right there because it'll be blocking part of the game. I don't know. Hang on. The first one, this corner right here. True, that way we can have it be a little bit bigger too. That's true, that's true. Here, we'll make it like that. Isaac Cam here. Alright. Water's here. He wants to see it. He's got stage fright. I think he's trying to heal to full health so he can use Holy Crown. Which, if he knows how Holy Crown works, that'd be kind of crazy. Or he's taking his turn in D&D. It turns out I was wrong. He is not typing a message right now. That's crazy that he started moving live. So yeah, if we click off. This is crazy. Yeah, he's playing D&D as he's doing this. Yeah, so he's probably taking his turn in D&D, or he's got to, like, do something in D&D right now. How have you been doing, Water? Hope you're doing well. I wouldn't think to see you in a non-Isaac stream. Or maybe he saw I was playing Isaac on Steam, and he was like, ooh, Isaac? Isaac? Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Water. I hate to disappoint. Yeah. Not this time. Nah, I knew I was too close. Ninetales. And a Porygon? That's kind of crazy. He's dedicated. He wants the Mega Saiyan win. He's so close to the Lamb. Like, he's just gotta make it a little bit further to get to the Lamb fight, and the Mega Saiyan's just free after that. I mean, I guess at the end of the day, if he dies, it doesn't really matter. I'm just not allowed to die. So if he dies during Mega Saiyan, he could just finish up the fight as the baby. So that's not, like, the worst deal in the world. If we can get into the Mega Saiyan fight and I'm alive, I think that's plenty for him to be able to finish up the Mega Saiyan fight. It won't be too bad. Tay and Jacob will do a lot of damage. Tainted Esau will do a lot of damage. Mega Saiyan will move me around, and then he'll start charging again. So he will do damage. Oh, he's going. Oh my god, is he going? He's moving. He was moving. Just a little bit. Almost. I mean, he's on full health. Now he's typing the message. Now he's like, what are you doing? What the fuck are you doing, Kirby? As sad as it is to say, he really does have to be... Are you eating one of my Twix? Bruh! That's one of the wafers. They have little wafer balls instead of like a wafer piece. I don't know why they do wafer nuggets over a bar, but... That's supposed to be the wafer that's in the Twix. And it's also for the fellow gays who like balls in their food. But no, they're wafers. It tastes like nothing? Yeah, they do kind of taste like nothing. Honestly, how much wafer are you tasting in a Twix bar, though? You're really just eating that part for the crunch, you know? What a critic. What is he doing? Why is he not moving? Why did he start moving to just not move? I'll never understand this guy. He picked up anti-grav and acted like it was the end of the universe. I was like, dude, it's like really not even that hard of an item to like counteract. It does suck. Like, anti-grav is not a fun item, but it is definitely not an impossible game-losing run if you pick up anti-grav. TBH, I don't know why he'd be picking up items without knowing what they are, but that's also, like, just how it goes, so... You know. You can't fault a man for wanting to take an item, after all. It could have just given him the victory. It could have spawned a trophy that he just won. Huh? Like... Like, not like a pet bird, but just like a bird in general? When I first read that, I thought you were talking about, like, if you had a pet bird and somebody started moving him around. Dude, why am I... Probably... Okay, I don't know why I missed, like, 5 times there. Probably 3. Like, the first time, I feel like it's the shame on you, shame on me. Would the kind of bird change my answer? Probably, honestly. If I found out that a crow kept getting in my house, I would believe that a crow could figure out how to get into my house multiple times. Okay, well, an ostrich, I think somebody put an ostrich in my house. The first time. Yeah, okay, if we're going to go that far into the realm of bird types, then yes, I do think an ostrich would be a one occurrence scenario. But like I said, I think if it was a pigeon, I would say 3. If it was a crow would honestly be... It would take me a few times with a crow to think, man, somebody is putting this crow in my house. Because, like, crows are smart. Crows are so smart. Or, like, maybe a hummingbird. A hummingbird, I could also feel like, could get into a house multiple times very easily. Pigeons are dumb. So, a pigeon walks into your home, walks into your apartment, and you're like, oh, okay, I might have left the door open. You find a pigeon in your apartment the second time, and you're like, man, that's weird. That's weird that there's a pigeon in my apartment. The third time, you're like, okay, there's somebody bringing pigeons into my home. I think that's the thought process for a pigeon. Also, if it was a crow, I'd probably just, like, keep the crow. I wouldn't even, like, kick the crow out of my house at that point. I would just, like, train it. I'd have a pet crow at that point. I feel like that's, like, the cat distribution system. What do you think the cats would think of a crow living in the house? A crow is a normal outside bird, dude. If you're just talking about, like, your standard bird... I don't know, we don't really have bird problems. I feel like I would apply it the same as a pigeon. Crows ain't normal? There's so many crows! I would say the same, like, rule of 3 applies. Okay, common. I will retort that with saying that crows are also common. Yeah, I feel like pigeons are so aligned with so many other birds that a lot of birds are going to get the rule of 3 there. It would have to be a uncommon bird for me to be, like, 1. Your average intelligence common bird would be 3. But you never answered my question. What do you think the cats would think of a crow being in the apartment? Terrified? You don't think they would try to get the bird? You don't think they'd try to murder the bird? Crows are pretty smart. I think they can easily outmaneuver the cats, and then they would become terrified. You know, I take back what I said. I think you might be right. I do think they would very quickly become afraid. They would be outmaneuvered very slightly and be like, okay, well, it's over then. Brother, we've lived a good life, brother. Yeah. Yeah, their eyes be getting all wide, like... How many minutes do you think it would take a crow to outsmart Cena? Oh shit, he moving! Oh dude, he got a little haunt! That's actually so good. Okay, why did he run directly through the spider? No minutes? Damn, that's funny. Now I'm gonna get distracted watching him play the game. Bro got a puberty pill. Oh! Oh shit, Cosmic. Oh, Cosmic. Oh, Cosmic. Oh, my sweet summer child. He's in there, yeah, he's going. Bro, he is hit so much, man. It's crazy seeing how much he gets hit. You think he's gonna stop again? Oh, he's stopping? He's done again! Oh my god, this poor fucking guy. He made 2 rooms. Oh, there he is! Hey, Cosmic. Oh, that's so fucking funny. He probably is laughing his ass off then, me commentating on his gameplay here. I couldn't totally tell if he was paying attention or not to the fact that we pulled his gameplay up, but... Ah, fuck, that's so funny. He's so close. Like I said, if he can just defeat the Lamb, we can get into the Mega Saiyan fight, and then he can die. He can die once we're in the Mega Saiyan door, but he can't die till we get into the Mega Saiyan door. He has to live that long. We could. I don't think I've got any Sunday plans. I'll go check my schedule. Not you! Dude. Could you imagine? Could you imagine when Cosmic visited, we went to go see your mamaw? The waiting of Isaac. Bruh. Well, Cosmic, you know if you didn't get hit, you'd be able to play more. Bruh. Yeah, you can go meet Meemaw when we visit. I don't even think Meemaw would even care. Meemaw would be like, oh, who's your friend there? I'm gonna take you to visit my parents, Cosmic. Nah, she wouldn't think it's weird. You say she's famous. You'd have to, like, get her autograph. That would be weird. If you made a big spectacle out of it, it would be weird. We all gotta go see Meemaw. Why wouldn't we be seeing Meemaw? I think you're asking the wrong questions. Where are the Abras at, dude? We were getting so many and now there's just none. Here we go. Where is this guy? I can't see! True! True. Yeah. Yeah. I don't know, they could talk about Call of Duty, like me and your uncle talk about. I think the Call of Duty would quell them enough to not get angry. He'd have to be a good Christian boy while we're at Mima's house. When is Mima stream? When do I get her to play Pico Park with me? Dude, I should bring my Nana over and she could show everybody her Animal Crossing island. Wouldn't that be so cute? We need to make plans with her. She was busy the last couple of weeks. We need to see what she's doing next week. Hopefully they're done with the house already. I would say they have. It was supposed to be finished up Monday, so... I don't know. I know. Right? Everybody's begging for our attention. We're just so freaking popular, right? That's why we only hang out with people that we like. So everyone we don't hang out with, you know why. Mystery solved. No. I messaged her again and she still didn't answer. Biggest freaking pity party ever. I know, God forbid. If somebody needs my property, come get my property. Maybe you should have thought about it before you told me to bring it to my home. For real! Honestly. No, she gets the hand-me-down chairs that have been in the family for generations. God. She's talking about buying Robin a chair and umbrella, dude. Why can't Robin buy a chair and umbrella? If she wants to be at the beach, she has to be prepared for the beach. I also just don't understand that. Why are we the villains here? Yeah, yeah. Why do you have the stuff that we gave you? The umbrella's old and practically broken. The... yeah. The chairs are old and broken, almost. Did I put in... I only got put in for the internet for this month. I need to do that. TDS just sent me a customer survey, so it reminded me that I need to put in for the internet. Yeah. It still hasn't come out though, so we're doing good. We do, we do. We need to do that. Invest in some nicer chairs. She said, okay, thank you. Yeah. We could, probably. We need to get some camping chairs, too. So you can't leave me? Yeah. I wouldn't mind having a double beach chair. Or like a double camp chair. Yeah. Dude, those ones from Camping World are nice. We could probably get us a good pair from Camping World. Even if not those, we could probably get us a good set. Yeah, not bad. They seem pretty well made, so $50 isn't even that bad. Yeah, they are. Maybe before we get up there in August, we can go out and get something. We'll probably be up there quite a bit in August. I definitely think that's $100 we can spend. Speaking of spending, we have not hit our goal in a good while. Let's hit our goal tonight, chat! You know, my payout will update tomorrow. I wonder if it's already updated. I wonder if I'll get a payout. Hold on. I just opened the app. Bro, let me just open it. Without opening the app, dude. How do I do this without opening the app? I've done this so many times. Here we go. I do get a payout. $58 payout. Hell yeah. That's pretty sick. So that'll probably go on the card. Yeah, for DK. Almost DK. Let's get $12 in support, chat! Crazy. Cosmic is steel healing up there. Balls of steel heal. Imagine freaking out over Antigraph, though. For real, for real. I'm so excited for DK, though. DK's gonna be real good. At least I hope. That's one thing about Nintendo, man. They don't put out slop. That's a Pokemon. God, we don't need to get into that. They don't put out bad games a lot of the time. They very rarely put out bad games. I really cannot imagine this is going to be a bad experience, so I am quite excited. Cat's been playing a lot of Deltarune. If Cat wants to do another Stardew speedrun, she needs to get on that. Dude, she wanted to do it. She says she would eventually, and she came back. I would do it again. I don't fucking remember anything about Stardew Valley, but I would do it again. No, I plan on doing it. Dude, I'll do it again. I don't have a quarrel with it. Dude, we're on the leaderboard. We're probably still second fucking place on the leaderboard too, funnily enough. Hang on, should I pull up the speedrun.com record that we have? We're on there, dude. We're second place. Let me make sure I catch this guy first. Yeah, look at that, second place. This is the single player, multiplayer, true perfection. There we are! There we are! 5 months ago, second place! Look at that. Look at that. Oh my god, there I am! This person verified us! Look at that! Yeah, it has the first part, and then it has the playlist on there. That's crazy. We're famous for real! And we'll do it again! We just have to beat 48 hours. That's the goal, is we have to beat 48 hours. We did learn a lot. We learned a lot from our run. I will say that. I think we can. I think surely we can beat 48 hours. Hope someone was taking notes. I mean, I already have a pretty good idea how we should be changing things for the future. One of the biggest things that we need to do is only be going out on good luck days. Except for the beginning, you want to make sure that you're watering your crops every day. And becoming best friends with people is also, like, really hard. Doing everything is so difficult. Because I have to get... It's such a... I don't know. I don't know how to split it up, that's the thing. Because the fact that not everything is shared is so difficult. Fair. Fair. Mine's problem. Real. Dude, I'm not gonna sit here and say that I'm better at Stardew Valley than Cat is, but, like, I am better at Stardew Valley than Cat is, dude. I am just, like, better with the combat systems and stuff. That's not aggro. Where'd Abra go? There's no way he despawned from that. He wasn't even looking at me. Those recipes are rough. I gotta be careful leaving the area to make sure I'm not despawning a shiny. I'm getting too comfortable. It is a lot, dude. It's a lot. It's a lot on both sides. Maybe instead of doing the luau with a sunfish, we actually put, like, a quality fish in there. Cosmic should be coming back soon, I agree. That was devastating. That was so devastating. That was just the biggest blow to, like, hit after hit after hit. And that was just the biggest freaking blow. Dude, yeah, it happens, you know. That was just added to the pot, dude. Tripping at the finish? Yeah, for real. It wasn't even a bad run. It's such a niche run because there's only one other speedrun on there, dude. I want to do a JoJo run. I want to do a perfection run with waivers, and I want to do a JoJo run. I've never done the JoJo. I've never done JoJo route, so I want to do a JoJo run. Money Central, yeah. Because overall, it's just cheaper to get perfection. Explode that farm. Real. Because it's like literally just the 10% for the money farm. Not for the money farm, for the golden clock. That's literally like the only thing that like stops you really in the perfection run, is you're just trying to get money for the golden clock. He's going, dude. He was watching that shit. I think he's got it. I think he's got it on this set of health. There's no way he's stopping. There's no way he's stopping right now, dude. I get he wants to be careful. I do get it. Cosmic, if you can hear this, if you get to the lamb run and you die, I can just revive you after you're done with the lamb fight, and then we can go into the Mega Satan room after that. That's up to you, though. But I don't know if he's actually paying attention to the stream or not. He's so close. He's so close to greatness. What do you think, Epic? Do we stop at 69 again, or do we keep going for the chain? It is so complicated to determine, like, what the odds are when you keep a combo going. Because it doesn't, like... You know. Look it up yourself! I don't know! Because it only, like, does it for, like, the next 5 spawns, and then you have the... I don't know. I'm gonna keep going. No, I asked, but I'm gonna keep going this time. I want to see. I want to get this guy. This is a shiny that I'm ready to get. I want to add to our total, man. We're so close to halfway. How is that too close to that Abra? Was I moving too fast? Maybe I was moving too fast? I don't know. Imagine being so close to halfway like 8 years later. I need to really get back into the movement of things here. Maybe we'll just go back to Nintendo stuff. Do Pokemon and DK till the next Pokemon game comes out, and then go from there. Nah, it's not shiny. I'm not going after him yet. Isn't it like when you catch one, you get another one right after it? Hold on, let's get our next Abra, and then we'll hang out, and then we'll see if another one until Kirby. True, Kirby comes out in August. I totally forgot Kirby's getting DLC. Yeah, let's go get this guy, and one should spawn after him. I'm pretty sure that's the guy that has the extra odds. I've already forgotten how to do this efficiently. Yeah. There's a Kadabra.
Number 15, Burger King foot lettuce.
Okay, I think I'm totally wrong, because I feel like he was spawned by now. We'll still hang out for a second. The only reason I don't want to be right here is if he spawns looking at me, I'm not sure we'll be able to get him. What's that? What about what's that? Has mother bought you any furniture, Beans? Has mother procured you any furniture? Interesting. Very interesting. Or other dwelling accessories. You have a gift from your mother coming today? Gotcha. Yeah. The murders. Cosmic's gotta be moving soon. He's gotta be playing soon. Wonder what the gift is. Yeah, are you aware of what the gift is? By chance? Mayhaps, even? She did procure us a piece of furniture, but she asked if we needed something for the apartment. It was not necessarily a gift. We knew what the gift was going into it. Yeah. So we assumed that she was splitting the favor here. Okay. Well, thankfully... Well, I say thankfully, I don't know, maybe y'all want a shoe rack. Thankfully, I don't think it's going to be the same mystery item, so... What? This is some sort of inside joke I'm not aware of. This is my stream. You're not allowed to have an inside joke that I'm not involved in on my stream. I think I get it. Okay. I have literally never seen that. I've never heard that in my life, so... Interesting. I see. What? That's a Zapdos. Hang on. No shot that we get a shiny Zapdos, chat. Hold on. That's not shiny. I was like, what is that freaking noise, dude? That's cool, though. Oh my gosh, shiny Dragonite! That honestly did catch me off guard for a minute. I forgot our Dragonite was shiny. Put those grippers away! I was like, that is not the normal sound of a Pokemon in this game, dude. That would be kind of unfortunate. I mean, it's really cool if we got it, but it would be really unfortunate because I wanted to do Zapdos last. Kind of makes it hard to do Zapdos last if you just find him in the middle of your shiny hunting, so... Yeah, we're gonna be doing resets. It's the file that you have on your Switch, where we did the Eevee only run. Yeah, we did Moltres first, and then we'll do Articuno and Zapdos. Which feels so wrong to do in that order. We gotta do Zapdos in the middle so that we can get Articuno first, but I don't want to do that, so we're not. Oh, wheel. Yeah. Who's gonna be at the Fanboy Expo tomorrow, chat? Yippee! I'm gonna have a panel at the Fanboy Expo, and by a panel, I mean a concession stand. I should have had like a little tag made with my Twitch name on it for people to read as they were at my register. That would be some advertising. Oh, he's going! And he immediately got hit. Cosmic, that one hit ain't gonna save you, buddy. Just go. For real. I really don't think Nick is going to be at the expo tomorrow. I can ask, but, like, I don't think he will be. I don't know. Well, he's not in Knoxville anymore. Here, let me ask. I thought he was still in Knoxville when that happened. Did he? I don't remember. It seems like you know what you're talking about, so... Yeah, but I thought this was still at the time he was at Knoxville. I don't know. Like I said, you seem to know what you're talking about, so... Who am I to say?
Number 15, Burger King foot lettuce.
I'm not even sure who else is going to be there. Yeah, we have a run going on in the background that me and Cosmic started, but we never finished it, and I have Nod Leaf, so I can't take damage at all. So it's literally just him doing the run. He has an item where he can heal. He has like a 50% chance to heal every minute. Oh, he's going. He's staring the door down. And he can regenerate health. I can't get hit, so he's just doing the whole run while I'm playing. And he's also playing D&D, so... Is he, like, taking a deep breath before he gets in there, dude? Epic, you Widowy went first? Cosmic was Widowy first. Why would I need to move for the fight? Yeah, for Mega Satan. He's just doing the lamb. Yeah, I want to go get in Mega Satan's face for the Mega Satan fight. Yeah. Even if I don't end up getting in a spot that I want, it's not a big deal. My little trooper, bro. If you're just asking if I still play the Binding of Isaac, then yes. Obviously, I'm still playing the Binding of Isaac. I will never stop playing the Binding of Isaac. If there are 0 Binding of Isaac fans, then I am dead. I don't think that was a bird, but that was a weird sound. Whoa, okay. Yeah, that's what I thought. It was just Pidgeot. That is what I had thought. Oh, he's moving again. If only I had like a crazy setup where I had like 5 Nintendo Switches and I could shine on all of them. Wouldn't that be crazy? True. But we'd also have that many copies of the game, and what a mess. You had your... I don't know how many we ever had at one time, but as far as all the Switches we've ever owned, we both had a base model. We both had an OLED. Not a base model, but you had your Smash Bros. One. You had your Animal Crossing one. Yeah. That seems right. I think so. Or you had, like, just got the Animal Crossing when they announced the OLED. I don't know if the OLED was out when Animal Crossing came out. I'm gonna be real. No, I don't think it was. Because I got my OLED pretty soon after it released. I don't know. I don't think the Animal Crossing Switch ever came out with an OLED. And I don't think the Animal Crossing Switch was an OLED. The Animal Crossing Switch was definitely not an OLED. Yeah, no, it was not. Because the OLED was like right near the time Scarlet and Violet was coming out, because they came out with the Scarlet and Violet OLED, and Animal Crossing was out way before that. Yeah. Unfortunately not. That would have been nice if it was an OLED. It's a no-LED. I have no idea. You can look up the dates. I don't know. Because that was like 2022. No, 2020. Was Animal Crossing in 2020? Because that was like right when it was all going on. So, Animal Crossing New Horizons launched in March 20th, 2020. And the Switch OLED was released in October of 2021. It was almost, well, I would say it's almost 2 years. It was a year and a half after Animal Crossing released that the Switch OLED was released. Yeah. A year and a half is a pretty long time. Yeah. Tears of the Kingdom was... Ow! Ow! Tears of the Kingdom was in 2023. Yeah. Ow, that really hurt. I just punched my fingernail into the table. Ow! Ah! Owie. Yeah. Okay. So we did have 3 for a short while, and then you sold it, and then we got another 3rd one. Yeah. We had 3. We had 3 before you sold your extra one. We had 3 because I had mine and you had 2. Yeah. Now we have 4. Yeah, now we have 4. Potentially 5 when we get another Switch 2. Technically, we only have 3 because the OLED is out of... No, we do have 4. We have 5. 4 because my nephew has the OLED. But it's not in the home right now, so we don't have 5. Huh. Isn't that nuts? Yeah. My original, the OLED, your Animal Crossing, your Tears of the Kingdom, and my Switch 2. Yeah. So, over $1,500 a product. Why weren't you allowed to chat for the last 5 minutes? The Switch was $300. $350 for the OLEDs. And then $500 for this Switch, so like $1,700. Not even counting all the games and stuff we bought. Welcome back, though, Beans. I don't know, I'm breaking. So 17.5. Yeah. Oh, he's going. I think he's going. He's really hyping it up. He's giving the chat a show right now. Oh, he's gone. He's in it, dude. Oh, shit. Oh, that's so fun. He spawned on me. What the helly? Yeah, it does give him a break. This gives him a very simple lamb victory here. Dude, Esau's doing some damage. That was so easy! I don't think he got stopwatch for that room. Oh. It don't matter. Okay. Yeah. Maybe he did have stopwatch. What is he doing, dude? Jesus Christ. He does not need to get that close to the portal. Alright, well, I better help him out here. Oh, he should take him Pisces. I'll see if he comes and says that he's ready to fight Mega Satan. He's probably going to want to heal first. Now we wait. Dude, honestly, just go into the Mega Saiyan fight. If you die, you'll still be able to shoot him with the baby tears if you want to go ahead and just have the run be over with. If you want to wait, we'll wait. But, like, we can go ahead if you want to go ahead. Like, even if you die, I'm not going to die, so... Okay, that's fine. Just let me know. Just let me know, and I'll try to put myself in a position where I can do a lot of damage to Mega Satan. Okay, well, Jesus Christ. I hope that does not happen to the Shiny Abra, because that would be really dumb. These are both regular Abra. Casual, excellent throw. Filthy, stinky casual throw, even. I'm just having my Gimme Ghoul, my shiny Gimme Ghoul during the Pokemon Go event. Because I probably would have died if I didn't. Especially the shiny non-transferable shiny. The non-transferable shiny that we got. Horrible. Genuinely the worst event ever. If that's all we got. No. Nat 20, super murder your target. Cosmic doesn't roll anything but Nat 20 beans, come on. Is Epic a pro what? Oh, Banjo. Yeah. Yeah, I see the reply now. I didn't see that he was replying to a message at first. You're a pro Banjo? Yeah. Yeah. Dude, that's so true. You don't even deserve to have a Banjo unless you can play Rocky Top. In fact, that's all she's been playing. What's even the point? Did Esau just push me into the next room? Bro. Fucking Esau pushed me into the next room. Good thing this was a cleared room. That would just killed Cosmic, probably. Esau, what the fuck? Esau, you can't do that. What an asshole. What an actual fucking dickhead. No, Epic, you don't have the hiccups. No, Epic, just tell yourself no, and they won't. Coming soon to a hiccup near you. Banjo hiccups? What does that mean? Your Banjo gets the hiccups? Just tell your Banjo that it doesn't have the hiccups. If it doesn't believe it has the hiccups, then the Banjo doesn't have hiccups. Yeah, they're not real. Just tell them that they're not real. I'm invincible. You're... Bring me in. That show's so good, I can't wait to watch the rest of it in a decade. It's coming next year. Okay. I don't feel like I was too close to that Abra. I also don't feel like we should still be looking for a shiny Abra. We've looked so many times for this freaking guy, dude. I don't understand. What do you think? Do you think we should go till 9 and then do a round of Executor? Or do you think we should just call the end of stream at the end of stream? Well, last time we found a shiny. That's why we stopped. So, we'll see how it goes. No way. Is he going? Oh, shit. He's going. Shit, I told him to wait. Jesus Christ. A man can't just do that to me. What the fuck? Oh. Clicked the wrong button. There we go. That was almost really bad. Yeah, look at that! That did so much damage! He's so dead, chat. He's so dead. Bro, I almost fucked up, like, really bad. Which would have been really bad. But it all worked out. I'm where I wanted to be. He startled me. He just, like, ran into the room. Oh, come on, Esau. You can do more damage than that. The fact he has a little hunt is really nice, too. He's not doing bad. What's up, COD man? Watching boxing. Interesting. We're doing a dual stream right now where we're watching Cosmic do Mega Satan right now as I'm shiny hunting. Ooh, Esau did a lot of damage just then. Yeah. We're not actually doing a dual stream. This run just happened to be going over till I had to start streaming, so I wanted to watch this run unfold here. Can you just win every map? No, there's only like certain completion marks you can do in one run. I think you have to play... Okay, so you have to do the up path, the down path, the Beast, Mother, Greedier, and I think that's it. So you have to do 5 different runs with each character at the minimum to get all the completion marks for a single character. You just meant this run? So yeah, on this run we did the down path, and he died. He died. So yeah, we did the down path, and Mega Satan for this run. We also did Boss Rush, so yes, basically if you're in multiplayer, yeah, there is pretty much no way to lose. But if you're in a solo run, the only way you could do damage with Gnawed Leaf is if you have an item that does damage without you needing to shoot. So it's not just like an instant victory when you get Gnawed Leaf. You have to have something to complement Gnawed Leaf, which thankfully we do. If this was a solo run, I would be able to win this run with Gnawed Leaf. But Cosmic is also there, so... I think I'll have to enter the chest, too, because he died. So I might have to do that for him as well. Ooh. Nice. I know I'm not epic, but I'm still going to react to it. $10 Facebook Marketplace chair. Bruh. Nothing wrong with Facebook Marketplace. Let's see, he's not gonna be able to enter the chest. Ew. That'd be gross. Oh, he can! He can enter the chest! That's actually kind of crazy. Look at this. Look at him. He must be so proud to finally win one of those. Alright. Cool. That works. I am... No, it's fun. I don't care. I'm doing what I was doing already. You are not taking up my time, dude. No, that was your completion mark to get. No way!
Fart.
Fart. Dude, no freaking waysies, dude. Oh, I need to catch this guy. Uh-oh. Oh my god. We're running. Yeah, dude. Thank you for the resub, Bean. Yippee! Only $8 more. No, only $9 more to finish paying for Donkey Kong. He did. He won. Did you miss it? Ah, that's unfortunate. He did die. He died on the 3rd phase. So he died on the last bit of it, but he did do it. Oh, I gotcha. Yeah. Nope, he won the run. Is that a Pidgeot? That's gotta be a Pidgeot. And that's good, because that means I don't have to do Mega Saiyan as Tainted Jacob now. It's a win-win for everybody, because I don't have to do that shit no more. Imagine playing a whole file where all of your completion marks are through multiplayer. Yeah, I was going to say you missed a bunch of stuff. I think they're talking about the chair, not the actual desk. Good job, Cosmic. Alright, chat, let's get an opinion. Do we keep doing Abra till the end of the night, or do we do a round of Executors before we end stream? Yeah, it was the chair. That's so funny. That's like horrible, but it's so funny. Take a power washer to it. Horrible. No. Horrible. Horrible. Just for everything else. She has class, chat. She has her limits. Exactly. why Switch 2 is so hated. Because people like to find a thing to hate and then collectively hate on it. What's up, Risky Gulamar? If I didn't say that right. Gummeler, I didn't say it right. If I didn't say that right, I'm sorry. Whatever you want to go by, just say so. Risky. I think it's a lot of things. Now, okay, so I think the two biggest questions for a Switch 2 purchase: do you have the money for the Switch 2? Do you like the Switch 1? You literally can't say it's flopping because it was the most sold console in 48 hours than any other console launch ever. So it's definitely not flopping. And I really like my Switch 2. Fair. I'm just saying I don't see how anyone can say that when that is just a non-factual statement. I do understand the discontent for Nintendo. I am definitely not the guy to be like, oh, Nintendo does no wrong. I mean, yeah, that's pretty much a lie. There's really no other way to put it other than that is a lie. Because as a console, it is just simply not flopping. Now, do you want to talk about how Mario Kart World is like the most mid game of all time? Sure, you can say that Mario Kart World is like the most mid game of all time. But you can't say that the Switch 2 is not meeting sales numbers because it is. It literally just is. They have sold so many of the Switch 2. But like I was saying, if you like the Switch 1, and you have the money to buy a Switch 2, I don't think there's a reason why you shouldn't get a Switch 2. Yeah, exactly. Without talking about the $70 games, or $80 games, depending on the game you're talking about, without talking about tariffs, or whatever, that sucks. That sucks to hear. But without talking about the money part of it, it is a great console. It is significantly better in almost every way to the Switch 1, as far as improvements. Like, you can talk about how there's a whole button dedicated to the paid game chat feature, but realistically, who's going to use the game chat feature over Discord? You can remap the button to something else if you don't want it to be the chat button. You can talk about the $10 welcome tour and how it should have been a free thing on the console, which I agree with. I don't think it should have been $10 for how bad that game was. Without talking about any of that, the benefits of 60 frames per second, the benefit of the bigger screen, I like the magnetic Joy-Cons over the, whatever you would call that. No, I love the Switch too. It's one of those things where it's everything surrounding the Switch 2, but it's not the system itself. And it's the decisions that Nintendo have made for the Switch 2. Like I said, the bigger screen, 60 frames per second, it performs better. Like, it's just better than the Switch 1. So if you like the Switch 1, there's no reason not to get it. I don't think anybody should acquire Nintendo. If it came down to it and Nintendo was like, we're being acquired by somebody, it would be Sony. I think it would be Sony over Microsoft. I'm not a big Microsoft person. I understand where your question's coming from. If Nintendo were to sway to one or the other's mindsets as far as Sony and Microsoft, I would definitely want them to have a Sony mindset. But they will never be bought out by somebody else. They will absolutely be a pillar in the gaming industry forever. But the biggest thing that I see with like Nintendo Switch 2 complaints is how so? Anything can happen? No. There would have to be so much that happens before Nintendo falls as like a gaming strong suit. It's like not even thinking about the American market, just thinking about like the Japanese market, Nintendo is like top dog. There is no world. They would have to do so much to crumble in the industry. It is genuinely insane how hard that would be. But no, the biggest thing with the Switch 2 that people complain about are things that are just happening in the gaming industry. And like I said, I'm not diehard for Nintendo, but a lot of these things are not Nintendo's fault as much as they are the fault of the way the industry is going right now. Like, people want to talk about how expensive the console is, as if the PS5 Pro Edition wasn't extremely expensive for that console. People want to talk about $70 and $80 games, as if games haven't been $70 for the past, like, 3 years. People want to talk about different practices that Nintendo does, as if every company doesn't do that. What's up, Calcifer? The Steam Deck is absolutely not killing Nintendo's market. That is just a wild statement to say. What's up, Calcifer? I hope you're doing well. We're doing good. We're just doing some shiny hunting. The Steam Deck is such a non-handheld, in my opinion. Yeah. Like, I just don't even think the Steam Deck is that cool of a system. I have my gaming PC. Literally, why would I buy a Steam Deck? Yeah, and the ROG Ally is going to be like $1,000. I mean, if you're praying for the death of Nintendo and the Switch 2, it simply is just not going to happen. Nah. I could be wrong. Listen, I'm not going to say I'm an expert in handheld systems, but Nintendo's always got it, dude. Nintendo will figure it out. That's such a crazy thing to say. Like, saying that Nintendo is going to fail? Absolutely. Like, saying all that stuff just sounds like rage bait. You could be totally serious, and I respect the fact if you're being totally serious, but I'm just going to say, you sound like you're baiting right now. Because honestly, in reality, if you buy one of these PC handhelds and you really enjoy it, then I feel like it won't be a conversation of, well, now I have this PC handheld, so I will never have a reason to play Nintendo games again. It just gives you... It's like one of those Twitter memes where... That's fair. I totally get it. I totally get that. And you don't have to apologize. I'm not saying that you are baiting. What I'm saying is the things that you are saying sounds like messages that people would try to say to bait somebody. And you have to be careful on the internet, because that's what a lot of people try to do, is they just try to make it sound as bad as possible. So like I said, if you're not trying to do that, then you don't need to apologize. But I feel like it's one of those situations where I don't know how many people have seen this meme format, but it's like the argument where you have a movie comes out. I absolutely think some of these YouTubers are baiting. I'm not going to say all. That's a very dangerous point to say always instead of sometimes. You can't generalize it. Some of these YouTubers are definitely trying to get the engagement from saying that it's bad because that's the popular opinion. Some people are buying the Switch 2 and it's not what they wanted. It's not what they wanted in a system, so they're going to be honest and say that they don't like the system. But anyway, as I was saying, it's like the meme format where you have two movies come out and it's like, this movie's really bad because this movie is really good, or like, this is different than this movie, and it's like completely different. And it's that meme where it's like, it shows you both movies, and it shows you one half where people are arguing about it, and then it shows the other panel where it's like, oh boy, two cakes, if you all have seen that, where it's like, you get the best of both worlds, you get this, and you get this. So I feel like for a lot of people, if you get one of the PC handhelds, it's going to be like, I get a PC handheld and a Switch 2. You get both cakes for the same enjoyment. Where it's not like the PC handheld is getting rid of the Switch 2, and the Switch 2 isn't getting rid of the PC handhelds. You get both. You get to use both, and you get to enjoy both of those, because they both give you something different that you want. And they do that for engagement, to answer your question. That's what you gotta do. Some channels just feed off of the attention of being negative about things. That's like what you do with drama channels. You catch the thing. Yeah, exactly. You get paid when people watch your videos. Now let's say Austin John Plays comes out. He is a big Nintendo YouTuber. And he comes out and says, I don't like the Switch 2. Then I would be saying, okay, this is a credible person in the Nintendo market. He loves Nintendo consoles. He plays Nintendo. He plays other things. If he said that the Switch 2 wasn't great, then that would be a respectable opinion to have from Austin John Plays, because he is credible with Nintendo, he likes Nintendo products, he would be giving constructive criticism. But somebody who's in the PC market and has never really liked Nintendo, and they're like, okay, well this is just another flop from Nintendo, you have to tread lightly there, in some regards. Not to say that it's not a valid opinion, but it's very easy to fall into the mindset of joining the herd of being overly negative. And for the same thing, it's too easy to fall into the curve where you're being overly positive. I don't think the Switch should have been $450. I think it should have been $400. But beggars can't be choosers, you know? You have to understand that things are just not what you want sometimes. For rich people, they can get both, but for casuals, they would only pick one. Not for you does not equal bad. Why do you think it... Why do I think it doesn't justify $450? I don't think it doesn't justify $450. All I meant is the Switch released at $300. The OLED released at $350. So, with their track record, I would have imagined the Switch 2 price to be $400, just with the $50 increments. It is $450. I think that's perfectly fine, it's just not what I expected. I don't think the games... This is something you should ask me. Why do I think the games don't justify $70? Is because games have been... The games have been $60 for so long, and some of these games I don't think... Mario Kart World is not an $80 title. If they released a game that was worth $80, I'll pay $80 for it. But for Mario Kart World being an $80 game, it does not justify being $80. I got the Switch 2 edition with Mario Kart World. I paid $50 for Mario Kart World. Honestly, I don't even know if I would have paid $50 if I knew what Mario Kart World. What games justify $70 or $80? See, that's also a tricky question, because you have to think, I came from a place where I played... Okay, so to answer Cal's first question, $450 is for the base Switch, $500 is for the Switch 2 plus Mario Kart World. If you're in a different country, if you're not in the US, obviously the prices can be a little different, but it should be $450 for the Switch 2, it should be $500 for the bundle, and I got the bundle for $500. So, I used to play Call of Duty. I still play Call of Duty, but the thing is, you used to pay a $40 season pass with a $60 price tag. $60 game, $40 price tag. That's $100. And then you would get the DLC content. I still don't think a lot of those games were worth $100, but let's say like Black Ops 3, where it had the Zombies Chronicles and it had the DLC season. I say that that was worth my money. I paid $120 for that game, and I have so many hours in that game. Like, if I go to Black Ops 3 right now, I have played 620 hours of Black Ops 3. I really thought I had more hours in Black Ops 3. It feels like I have more hours. Tears of the Kingdom, Breath of the Wild. Breath of the Wild was 60, Tears of the Kingdom was 70. You pay for the upgrade pack if you don't have it. If you don't have the Nintendo Online. Both of those games are jam-packed full of content. Good content. Really, Calcifer? I just can't believe that. Maybe, though. So, those two games are really, really good games. I think the content of the game is really what justifies the price you're willing to pay for it. I think The Binding of Isaac. I have way more hours in The Binding of Isaac. I bought The Binding of Isaac on every console that I own. That's how good of a game I think it is. I have 1,600 hours on Isaac and PC. And once you buy Rebirth, Afterbirth, Afterbirth Plus, and Repentance, it's about a $60 game. Every DLC for Isaac ends up making the game $60. I would pay $80 for The Binding of Isaac with all the content in it, because it is genuinely worth that much money to me. Obviously, this is with anything. If you buy a car that is an expensive car, but you get the use out of it and it ends up being a good car, then that's the value that you see in it. But again, it is genuinely on a case-by-case basis for games, because Mario Kart World, there's people who paid Mario Kart World's $80 price tag, and they'll play that game for the rest of their lives. Huh. That is nuts. So, like, people are paying $80 for Mario Kart World, and they really play Mario Kart World, and they're going to get thousands of hours in it, and they're going to say that they're justified in their $80. Yeah, I was just going to say, you're probably just having a hard time finding them, and those are like scalper prices. I don't know where you're looking, so... but that's my take on it. And that's with anything. If you buy a PlayStation for $500 and you want to buy Elden Ring for $70, if you play Elden Ring and that's your favorite game ever, then that's worth the $70 for you. And then any other DLC that... The thing is like, you're not forced to buy any of this stuff, you know what I mean? If you really just don't like Nintendo and you don't like the Switch 2, don't buy it, you know? But if you enjoy Nintendo consoles and you enjoy the console, no. God, no. No. No way. I think it should all be cheaper. I agree. I think all three should be cheaper. Yeah, I don't think Nintendo should drop their prices. I think Sony, Nintendo, and Microsoft should drop their prices. No. It is just not... It is not that deep at the end of the day. The hate is very real for Nintendo. Nintendo does shitty things. Again, I don't think that Nintendo doesn't do shady things. But for every Smash tournament that Nintendo cancels, Microsoft is laying off a bunch of employees because of AI, and Sony is releasing whatever Sony's doing at the time. I like Sony. I don't really know many of the bad things that Sony does. But for every negative here, there's a negative there, and a negative there, and there's a positive here, there's a positive there, there's a positive over here. I would say Nintendo is the most hated. And I think that they deserve the hate that they get. I don't think that it's undeserved a lot of the time. For the Switch 2 specifically, yes, I think that it's a little overblown. For their anti-user friendliness to a lot of their things, like Smash Brothers, or just their intellectual property, yeah, I think they're kind of scummy when it comes to that. I do think that Nintendo, of all three, is the most hated. And I definitely do think that Microsoft and Sony do get the same amount of hate. I think people are much more willing to forget about that, though. For whatever reason, I think that the PlayStation and Xbox get more slack. Okay, well, we don't have to get into that, man. We don't have to get into the people in these communities. There's bad eggs in every... If you want to talk about, like, let's say you want to talk about sexual harassment with, like, Smash competitions, literally, what about Blizzard? It happens everywhere. Like, literally, the entirety of the Blizzard Corporation was just harassing women for so long. And they're owned by Activision. So, like, what about that, dude? So... See, again, I think that's a whole nother conversation to be had. Like, you have to think, too, the IP that Nintendo have, even if this is a failed console, this is like going back to the Wii U. The Wii U underperformed so much, literally did nothing to Nintendo. Like, the Wii U is, like, the least sold console ever in history, I'm pretty sure. They did not feel any of that. They took that back, they took that feedback, and they turned the Wii U into the Switch, which was a revolution in gaming for Nintendo, and they're back on top again. I don't know if it forced them out of home consoles as much as they changed direction to handhelds. Nintendo was always a home console, handheld market. They always did both. I don't think it forced them to do that either. I think that is a decision that they made to do that. It was a risk that they were willing to take to get to where they are now. And the Switch is one of the highest selling consoles. Yeah, it was an excellent decision. This was not a decision that they made desperately clutching on to success. This was very calculated. They took a lot of time to design the console. Any company takes a lot of time and care into designing their next product. I really don't know about that. If he did say that in 2017, then... I mean, if he said it, he said it. I'm not going to say he did or did not say it. But I don't know. I feel like for most of these game companies, you're pretty much in an indestructible spot. You have to have several failures in a row. It's not just one thing and then you're done. Like, you would have to really mess up in a lot of different places before you're going down. If the Switch 2 ends up being a failure, it would still take another failure after that for things to start going downhill. That's fine, but the market has shifted so much that it's a lot harder to fail now than it was back in the day. And those were the console wars. Exactly, we can only wait and see. And like I said, it's one of those things where you really have to do multiple offenses to start feeling that brunt. Yeah. There's so many investors in these companies, there's so much that goes on. It's like with GameStop right now. GameStop is still a thing, and they're out there buying fucking crypto. They're in the Bitcoin market, and they're still in business. Like, I really don't know how they are still in business. And that's a fine opinion to have. You cannot, without a fact, say that that will be true or false, so I think that's a totally fine opinion to have. But I do disagree with that opinion for sure. I really don't know about that. I really... Hold on. Hang on. Yeah, so, like, it's not wrong. You're not wrong, but, and I can look up something that's not just the AI overview. But let's look at this. Let's look at this chart and see if we notice anything, ladies and gentlemen. Let's see if we notice anything pretty immediately about these numbers. Jesus, if I can... Here we go. Alright, so we have the AI overview for Nintendo, Microsoft, and Sony. Now, does anyone want to tell me what you notice pretty immediately with this image? Okay, why is there two... Hang on. Why is there two of these? Remove you. Here we go. Can anybody spot the difference here? Let me give you a hint. Let me give you all a hint. One of these numbers is significantly larger or smaller than the other, but it's not at all what you think it is. Nintendo and Sony are so close, while Microsoft's up here like 8 times the amount of Sony and Nintendo. I don't think that this is necessarily a hit at Nintendo as much as it is how good is Microsoft doing. Microsoft has this much market because they're buying everything that they possibly can. They own so much stuff. They have stopped focusing so much on their own systems as much as they are making stuff for everybody. So they own a lot of game studios, they own a lot of product, they just own a lot. So their market is just way bigger than Sony and Microsoft, who are focusing on their own markets as far as their own products. Where Sony's focusing on PlayStation, Nintendo's focusing on Nintendo consoles like the Switch, and Microsoft has been doing Game Pass, where you have all these different games on Game Pass, and you're not making exclusives, you're making games that are for everybody on all the consoles. They've really switched up their focus on what they want to do as a gaming company. I don't think you can look at this and say that Nintendo's doing bad as much as you can say Microsoft is doing significantly better than Sony and Nintendo. $46 billion, in my opinion, and I could be wrong, I'm not an economist, whatever. I don't think $46 billion in this kind of scale is really that much money at the end of the day. I could be wrong. Again, I don't know how money works. I don't know how the capital works. I don't know how any of it works. But $46 billion is nothing when you're talking about billions of dollars. It is just not. That's true. Sony does that. Well, Nintendo's also in the movie market now, so it's not necessarily true. That's true. But that's what I'm saying. Microsoft owns so much compared to Sony and Nintendo. But I genuinely don't think you can look at the $46 billion difference and say that's a significant difference, as much as you can say 146 and 100 is significantly less than 3.73 trillion. They're not. That's what I'm saying. Yeah, literally. They can do so much more. Does this make sense? Am I crazy right now? I feel like I'm saying these things and making sense, and yet I feel like I'm not swaying any opinion right now. Listen, I guess in like 5 years when Nintendo crashes and burns in 5 years, then I guess you can come back. That's fair. I guess when they come back, you have to remember to come back and, like, rub it in my face or whatever. But I just don't... Oh, God. I don't see Nintendo going anywhere. I just don't. It just does not seem like a possibility. Especially because they don't live or die by their console. They're making movies. They're making, like, household products. They're doing so much more than games right now. Now, are they doing as much as Microsoft and Sony? No, obviously not. But they're not living and dying by their consoles either. I don't know. I just stream here, dude. Again, I don't know. I don't know. Because I don't know what that looks like for Nintendo. Like, I don't know what units converts into actual profit as far as, like, getting their next thing going out. The problem with that argument is, like, let's say they never make another console after the Switch 2, but they keep making games for Nintendo Switch 2. At what point does it not become about the unit sales as much as it is how much they're making off of their games? Because their units... You're right, that is absolutely insane. But that's over the course of... What? Like, how many years has the Switch been out? 2017? The system's been out for 8 years. The Switch hasn't even been out for more than a fucking month, and you're like, oh, well, it's only sold 40 million. Does that sound right? Yeah, absolutely. I do think that they will. Like, has the Switch 2 even been out for a month? People are so quick to jump onto stuff like that. It just goes back to the argument where it's like... Absolutely. I do think... Because you have to think. You have to think. They will probably come up with an OLED. They're going to come out with multiple Switch 2 editions of things like they did with the Switch 1. Like... It's just so unrealistic to not think that that's achievable. If Product A sells 150 million units, and Product B is just a better version of Product A, I don't see why people don't think that Product B will sell. I did not say that. I did not say it is too expensive for casuals. I just said I think it is too expensive. There's a major difference. I think it should have been 400, not 450. That doesn't make 450 too expensive. You're good. You're fine. But there is a difference. I agree. 150 million is a lot. But you're talking over the span that the Switch 1 has had. And honestly, if it doesn't sell 150 million units, let's say it sells 100 million units, that's crazy. That's so many consoles that you sell. 100 million? Over 150 million? That's still so many! At that point, you're talking about pebbles when it comes to the 50 million, you know? Like, it's such a crazy difference to think that 150 is like, that 50 million is going to be the breaking point of Nintendo. Like, it will not be. It just simply will not be. Even if impossible, what has the PS5 sold? Here, let's see. What has the PS5 sold? How many PS5s have been sold? As of May 2025, the PS5 has sold 77.8 million units. Yeah. And I can show this stat too if you would like. It can be as successful as it wants, but hasn't sold as many Switches. It hasn't sold hardly as many Switches. You have to think. You have to think. Still hasn't sold as much as Switch has. It could be the best console in the world, still sold less than the Switch. Yeah, and that's... I do think GTA 6 will release, but that's assuming that the game releases. Again, I don't think that the price discretion is the thing that's keeping Sony afloat over Nintendo, though. Yeah, being cheaper means that you're selling more of it. They're obviously able to make the console for that price. I guess I don't understand the argument there. In any case, I think this is going to be the end of stream, because I've already gone longer than I expected to go. We have to get up early to go to work tomorrow, and I really want to try to get some sleep. GTA 6 is going to sell so many units. Absolutely. Yeah, there is no question that GTA 6 will have record-breaking sales. But that's because it's releasing on Xbox, PlayStation, and PC. Like, yeah, dude, that's insane. That's insane to say. Because it's so true. That's so true that it's just ridiculous how factually true that is. Like, already GTA 5, like, what is GTA's 5 sales? Yeah, GTA 5 has sold 215 million copies worldwide. It's not on PC day one? Huh? Is it a PlayStation exclusive until further, like, notice? Oh no, is it coming to it's coming to PlayStation and Xbox, but it's not coming to PC initially? Really? Huh. Was that how GTA 5 was? Oh, okay. Okay. Yeah, GTA 5 has sold 215 million copies. I'm no mathematician. I'm, like, pretty sure that 215 million is more than 77 million. I'm pretty sure. You know, Risky, you're giving me a lot of strife. I better see a follow button before I end stream tonight. Because I'm telling you, you better come back in 5 years when Nintendo fails to tell me how wrong I was. That's just how Rockstar works? That's fair. That's fair. Because, yeah, we only just got Red Dead on PC, like, a week ago. It's been, like, a year. That's not true. So, I'm ending stream. I hope you all have a good night. I do appreciate you coming in and having a chat about Nintendo. I like having conversations, so... That's fair. That's fair. You're making homemade waffle fries? Well, I hope you have a good one, Dexter. I hope you enjoy those waffle fries. Bye, y'all. I'll be back.
Number 15.
Probably
Burger King
Sunday?
foot lettuce.
I don't know if I'll be back Sunday. We'll have to see. But have a good night, y'all.